And it just, basically I can say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that my mom did tell me. She went in there and filed a paternity test.
Jay-Z is in hot waters for allegedly denying his relation to his own son. Yes, Jay-Z has an alleged look-alike son who's been fighting to be acknowledged by him for about 10 years. If you guys don't know, well, we're talking about Rymir Satterthwaite, who is now taking the battle to the Supreme Court in an attempt to unseal the case and force Carter to take a DNA test. The 30-year-old man has accused the world-famous rapper of abusing the legal system for more than a decade in order to avoid taking a paternity test,
bringing his case in front of the Supreme Court.
According to Rymir, Robert Graves was initially listed as his father until 2011, after a DNA test confirmed that he was not the father. The back-to-back legal battles have lasted for more than a decade and have so far been futile as Jay-Z finds ways to evade taking the test. And it appears that fans are done waiting. One person commented, "The fact that Jay-Z won't take a DNA test speaks volumes." Despite him avoiding the test, there is enough evidence to support the notion that he is indeed the father. Wanda Satterthwaite, who passed away in 2019, insisted until the day that she died that Jay-Z is the father of her son Rymir, and she fought until her final days to try and make the rapper take a paternity test to prove her child's parentage once and for all.
Just basically I can say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things.
In an affidavit which was dated February 25, 2015, Rymir's ailing mother claimed that she and Jay-Z met through a mutual friend, that they spent a night together at the rapper's aunt's apartment in Brooklyn, and most damningly that they had protected sex. But that protection broke. Rymir's mother alleged that Jay-Z went by Rock while she referred to herself as Carmel or Precious. Wanda further claimed that the only person who knew about the alleged encounter was her friend, Kalisha Allen, who signed the affidavit as an eyewitness. Jay-Z's attorneys have repeatedly denied the claims made by all of the parties involved, including Wanda, Rymir, and Rymir's godmother Lily Colley, who Wanda gave custody to when she became gravely ill and unable to care for her son. Allegations have been previously reviewed thoroughly by the courts and have been refuted, the rapper's attorneys said. Rymir wants years of court documents unsealed so the public can have access to the case, which also hasn't been granted yet.
My mom did tell me. She went in there and filed a paternity test.
The Supreme Court rejected his new motion, which highlights specific points throughout the case in 29 pages. The court stated that it did not have jurisdiction to reopen matters in appeals court or unseal records in the trial court. While Rymir filed a motion with the appellate division, which was denied on May 8th, he says he will now file an appeal with the district court. Rymir spoke about the case and said, "I won't stop fighting until I win, and I will win because the law is on our side. This is not going to be over until justice is served." He further added, "I just want to live my life, and when it's all said and done, I hope that Jay-Z would want to be part of my life, if that is God's will."
The time I heard that Jay-Z probably was my father when I was 8 years old.
Even though Jay-Z refused to acknowledge this matter personally, he seemed to address the allegations in the song Heard About Us, which appeared on his and Beyoncé's joint album, Everything Is Love. In the song he raps, "Billie Jean is in his prime. For the 1,000th time, the kid ain't mine." His alleged son isn't shy to clap back, so he responded, "He's supposed to be a positive role model for the community. He stands there screaming Black Lives Matter. Well, tell the truth and take responsibility. And if you say I'm not your son and nothing ever happened with my mom, then just take the test." Some people agree with Rymir's demands and comment things like, "Jay-Z is basically digging his own grave by letting this drag out for so long. He could have owned up to it and taken the test. It may have gone way smoother." But here's the thing. Jay-Z never does or doesn't do things without reason. So the real question is, why hasn't he outrightly acknowledged this matter? Our theory is that firstly, it could jeopardize his marriage with Beyoncé, and Jay-Z really can't afford any more burden on his already tarnished marital life. Well, some netizens believe that Jay-Z has refused to take a paternity test in Rymir's case because he's afraid of Beyoncé leaving him for good. Indeed, while the rap star's hotshot legal team have so far been able to keep the DNA proceedings at bay, sources say that the strain is becoming too much to bear for his wife of 8 years. Jay and Bey's marriage is blowing up, says an insider. They're living separate lives. They haven't made an official announcement because Bey isn't ready. It doesn't help Jay-Z's case that he's been recently accused of cheating on Beyoncé, which has caused a lot of marital problems for the couple. It seems like Jay-Z was smart enough to refer to this issue, if not the one mentioned before. Jay-Z admitted to cheating on Beyoncé in the song Lemonade. The lyrics go like, "Look, I apologize, often womanize. Took my child to be born, see through a woman's eyes. Took for these natural twins to believe in miracles. Took me too long for this song. I don't deserve you." It's for the couple to know if a mere public apology is enough to undo the damage. Apart from Beyoncé, Jay-Z has something bigger and more important to lose: his reputation. Rymir Satterthwaite is allegedly the result of a steamy 1992 affair between a 22-year-old Jay-Z and his mother Wanda, who was a teenager at the time. So this is adding pedophilia to the list of Jay-Z's crimes. And this is only the beginning. Several accusations have been brought forward where Jay-Z's allegedly got in a relationship with a minor. A story leaked that he went after a then 15-year-old Foxy Brown when he was an adult.
Foxy Brown was with Jay-Z when she was 15 and he was 27.
In another occasion, rumors went haywire in the industry that Jay-Z had sex with the then underage singer Rihanna, whom he signed at the age of 16 and he was in his 30s. Rihanna is now in her 30s. The same was said that Jay-Z was in a relationship with singer-turned-reality star Tiara Mari, who is now 30 years old. Jay-Z signed Tiara at the age of 16 as well. And if that wasn't enough, rumors in the industry also state Jay-Z was involved with the late singer Aaliyah when she was underage. So, if in any case, Rymir proves that he is Jay-Z's biological son, it is literally over for Jay-Z. Another reason Jay-Z refuses to acknowledge Rymir is because he isn't the only one demanding paternity rights from Jay-Z. In new allegations that have recently emerged, Jay-Z has a secret daughter named Letitia Macer that was born before he and Beyoncé got together.
I heard you was Jay-Z's daughter. My name is Letitia Macer from Cambridge, Maryland.
Macer was born in 1990 after her mother Lisa had been introduced to Jay-Z through Lisa's sister, and the two immediately began a romantic relationship. In a Facebook post written by Lisa's sister, she alleges that they had tried to contact Jay-Z at Rockefeller headquarters when Lisa found out she was pregnant, but had been unable to reach him. "I know the story from start to finish. I hooked your mother and father up years ago. Jay asked me who she was when I lived at 500 side Greenwood Avenue. We chilled in that apartment so many times. We laughed, drank, smoked, played cards, and some more. Lisa and I have talked about this for years." Lisa's sister wrote, "I've been quiet far too long. Join me as I tell you my story of living in the shadows of being Jay-Z's daughter in a city where everyone knew he was my father." Macer wrote in a caption, "There is no way he can deny anything, especially when there were people there that knew him."
He can deny anything, especially when people were there that know him.
Imagine what would happen if Letitia and Rymir decide to match their DNA with each other rather than Jay-Z. If they somehow prove that they were half siblings, it will be game over. Well, all we can say at the end of this video is that Jay-Z needs to tread very carefully because his house of cards are on the verge of toppling over, and his influence and money might not be able to save him this time round. That's all for the video. Ciao!